Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. Welcome to Mathematics Simplified. Today we'll be looking at top 10 questions that are most likely to be asked in your forthcoming exams, both for NICO and WAEC. It's a combination. Alright, so stick with us as we go right through it. Now, our first question says, simplify 6 minus x squared divided by x squared minus 4. Now, in order to do this, in order to simplify this, what are we going to do? All right, now we are going to find the factors of our top equation, and for the denominator, we will do what? Apply the law of difference of two squares. Since we know that 2 squared gives us 4, so we can apply the law of difference of 2 squares there. All right, let's see. For our question 1, we have 6 minus x squared. Okay, so if we multiply, if we make this, don't rewrite this equation, this becomes minus x squared minus x plus 6. Okay, so multiply through by a negative. All right, this becomes multiplied through with a negative. This becomes x squared plus x minus 6. Okay, so now factorizing this, we have this as minus 6x squared. Okay, now our factors of 6 here would be what? 3 and 2. Okay, 3x and 2x. Okay, now one has to be negative while the other is positive. Now, since we're having a minus 6 and the positive here, 2 will be minus. So this becomes 3x. Okay, rewriting it into this equation, this becomes x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. All right, so this gives us x bracket x plus 3 and minus 2 bracket x plus 3. So for the numerator, we're having x minus 2, x plus 3 as a factorized equation. Now, for the denominator, where we have x squared minus 4, we can write it to be x squared minus 2 squared. Okay? Now, applying our difference of 2 squares, this becomes x squared, x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, now having done that, let's replace our equations. Now, for the numerator, we are having it as this, and for the denominator, we are having it as this. So this becomes x minus 2 times x plus 3 all over x minus 2 times x plus 2. So you can see now, x minus 2 will cancel x minus 2, leaving us with x plus 3 all over x plus 2 as our answer. So with this, we've simplified our first equation. So let's look at the second one. It says, find the absolute mean deviation of 10, 12, 14, 11, and 13. Now, when I want to find the mean deviation, we'll first of all find our mean. Now, what's our mean? Mean is EFX over N. Now, this becomes, our mean would be 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 11 plus 13 all over 5. Right? Okay, now this plus this, 12 plus 14, 12 plus 14 gives us 26. 26 plus 11 gives us 37. 37 plus this plus 13 gives us 50. 50 plus 10 gives us 60. So this becomes, our mean will become 60 over 5, which gives us 12. So now finding our deviation, which is x minus x bar, where our x here is 10. This will be 10 minus 12 will give us minus 2. And 12 minus 12 will give us 0. 14 minus 12 will give us 2. 11 minus 12 will give us minus 1. And 13 minus 12 will give us 1. So if we add this up, we're having our ex minus x bar as 1 to 6. Okay, so our mean deviation will become 6 over, okay, let's have it as ex minus x bar all over n, which is 6 over 5, which is 1.2. Okay, that forms our mean deviation. Okay, now to question 3, it says, evaluate, we have log 18 plus log 6 minus log 16 raised per half. Now, in order to evaluate that, we'll apply some of our logarithm laws. Now, we know, first of all, raised per half means square root. So we can break this down to be log 18 plus log 6 plus log square root of 16. Okay, so this becomes log 18 plus log 6 plus square root of 16 becomes log 4. Okay, so from here, what next we will do is applying our laws of logarithm law, where we have log a plus log b to be log ab, and log a minus log b to be log a over b. Now, applying those logarithm laws here, we have it as log 18 times 6 all over 4. Okay? And 18 times 6, this gives us log 18 times 6. Okay, we can break it down. 2 here, 3. 2 here, 2. 2 here, 1. 2 here, 9. So 9 times 3 gives us 27. Okay, so from here, we can still break our log 27. We know that log 27 gives us log 3 raised to 3, which is going to be 3 log 3 as our answer. Okay, to question 4, it says, a flagpole is placed at the top of a tower, and the angles of elevation of the bottom and the top of the flagpole from a point Z 10 meters away are 40 and 50 respectively. Find the length of the flagpole. Okay, let's represent this. Let's say this is a flagpole. All right, on top of a tower. And this is a point Z. All right, now it says it's 10 meters away. Okay, so from the top of the flagpole, the angle is 50 degrees. And still from here to the bottom of the flagpole, the angle is 40 degrees. Angle of elevation is 40 degrees. So we are having two diagrams. All right, now we need to find the entire length and the length of the star. So let's bring it out in two forms. We have this 40 and 10, and we have the second one 50 and 10. Okay, so let's call this point X and call this point Y. So we have X, Y, all right? And this is point O. This is Z. So we are going to solve out the question. Now, for us to have this, we have, this is an adjacent, so we are looking for opposite. So which of our laws deals with this? Look at one, all right? Where we have a so, car, toi, opposite over adjacent. So this will be tan 40, which is an angle, equals opposite, which we are looking for, OX, all over 10. And this, on this other hand, will become tan 50 equals OY over 10. So OX equals 10 times tan 40, and OY equals 10 times tan 50. So what is tan 40? All right. So tan 40 will be 0.39. So this gives us OX equals 10 times 0.38391, which is going to be OX equals 8.391. And tan 50 will become, this is 10 OY equals 10 times 1.1918. So times 10, OY equals 11.918. Now remember, these are all in meters. So now, for us to find the distance between yx, will be y minus x, which is 11.918 minus 8.391, all in meters. So this gives us 11.918 minus 8.391. That gives us a 3.527 meters. So with that, we found the length of the flag pole. Now, to question, this is question 4, and to question 5. It says solve for x in 2x squared plus 12x plus 10 equals 0. So now this is a quadratic equation. All right, so we can first break it down by divide through by 2. So this is 2x squared over 2 plus 12x over 2 plus 10 over 2. So this, our new equation will become x squared plus 6x plus 5 equals 0. So now factorizing, we have 5x squared. So factors of 5 are definitely 5x and x. Okay, so now 5 times 1, 5, 5 plus 1, 6. So that's perfect. So we now substitute. We have x squared plus 5x plus x plus 5 equals 0. So this becomes, grouping these two, this becomes x is common, x plus 5, and here 1 is common, leaving us with x plus 5. So this gives us x plus 1 equals 0. So therefore, x equals minus 1, and x plus 5 equals 0. So therefore, x equals minus 5. So with this, we've solved for x to be minus 1 and minus 5. Okay, so our next set of questions, it says, a ship sails 6 kilometers from a port on a bearing of 070 degrees and then 8 kilometers on a bearing of 040 degrees. Find the distance from the port. Now, the first question you have to ask yourself is, what type of bearing are we working on? Now, there are two major types of bearing. We have the 3-digit bearing and we have the compass bearing. And you should know how to differentiate and work on those each type of bearing. So for this, it's a 3-digit bearing. Okay, so let's say from point A, it works 70 degrees. So this is 70 and it goes 6 kilometers to port B. Okay, all right, to this point B, let's say A to B, 6 kilometers. And the next thing, it says it goes 40 degrees. Okay, let me reduce this because I'll need it upwards. Now 40 degrees all right, to a point C. So let's have this as A, B, and C. Now, the question is, how far is it from this point to this point? That's what we are being asked. Now, for us to calculate this distance, AC, let's look at a triangle in this form. That is in this form. This is A, this is B, and this is C. So our angle here, okay, will be 20 plus 90. 20 plus 90 plus 40, that gives us about 150 degrees. So our angle there will be about 150 degrees, all right? And this is 6 kilometers. This is 8 kilometers. So for this, we will be applying our what? Cosine rule. Now, in application of our cosine rule, we are saying this is a small a, this is a b, and c. So this becomes b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos b. Okay, that's our cosine rule. Now our a squared, b squared will be, a squared is 8 kilometers, that is a squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 8 times 6 times cos 150. So this becomes 64 plus 36 minus 2 times 8. 2 times 8 times 6, that is 96 times cos 150. Cos 150 gives us a minus 0.8660. Now minus times minus will give us plus. This gives us 100 plus times 96 plus 83.138. Okay, so this gives us 100 plus 83.138. That is 183.138. That's our b squared. So our b will be square root of 183.138, which is square root of 183.138, which gives us 13.533 meters. Okay, so the ship is 13.533 meters away. Now, to question 2, it says, what is the value of we have all are in base 2, so we can 1, 1, 0. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, 0, 1 plus 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Now this is plus. Let's do that. 0 carry 1, 0 carry 1, 0 carry 1, 0 carry 1, and this gives us 11 base 2. Now let's subtract this. 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Subtracting this, c base 2, subtract. 0 minus 1 cannot, so we borrow all the way from here. This becomes 1, 1, 1, 2. 2 minus 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Borrow here, 1, base 2. Alright, so with this, we've solved that. Okay, so now the next question, question 3 says, evaluate log 12 if log 3 is 0.4771 and log 2 is 0.3010. Now, we know that log 12 is log 4 times 3. Log 4 times log 3. Okay? Now, log 4 is log 2 raised to the power 2, which is 2 log 2. So now imputing our values, this becomes 2 bracket 0.3010 plus 0.4771. Okay, this is for log 2, this is for log 3. Now we have it as this will become 0.6020 plus 0.4771, which gives us 0.6020 plus 0.4771, which gives us 1.0791. That will be the value of log 12. Okay, for question 4, it says t varies directly, okay, t varies directly as d and inversely as a. Okay, when t is, so from here, when t is, so t equals kd over a, where k is a constant of proportionality. Okay, so here, when t is 6, this becomes 6 equals 3k over 2. Okay, so from here, cross multiply, this gives us 12 equals 3k. So therefore, k equals 12 over 3, which is 4. Alright, now back to our equation here, t equals 4d over a. And now we are asked to find a when t is 3. So for a equals 4d over t, which is going to be 4 times d is 6 over 3. So 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So a equals 4 times 2 will be 8. So when t is 3, d is 6, a would be 8. Now to question 5, we are given if the first term a of an AP is 1.2 and the common difference d is 2, that we should find the sum of the mean of the first 5 terms. Okay, now we are given a to be 1.2. All right, a plus d, which is 1.2 plus 2 gives us 3.2, and a plus 2d, that will be 1.2 plus 2 times 2 will give us 4. That is 5.2, and a plus 3d would be 1.2 plus 3 times 2 will give us 6. 7.2, and the fifth term will be a plus 4d, which is 1.2 plus 4 times 2 will be 8, 9.2. Now, these are first 5 terms for the arithmetic progression. Now, finding its mean would be 1.2 plus 3.2 plus 5.2 plus 7.2 plus 9.2 divided by 5. So that gives us 1.2 plus 3.2 plus 5.2 plus 7.2 plus 9.2, giving us 26 over 5. So 26 divided by 5 would give us a 5.2. So the mean of the sum of the first 5 terms in this AP would be 5.2. Alright guys, with this we've come to the end of today's tutorial. If there have been any questions, please put them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on your notification buttons for more updates, as we will be uploading our channel on a weekly basis. Don't forget to share this link with your friends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class.